Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Believe that Igbo presidency will lead Nigerians break up childish, devilish, says Ike. Believe that Igbo presidency will lead to Nigerians break up childish, devilish, says Ike. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Activities towards the forthcoming general election are reaching feverish pitch with various agitations coming from different organizations for reckoning and weighing in on trends ahead of the poll is the former president of aka Kenga, an Igbo socio-cultural group, Chief Godi Ike. In this interview with Olaolu Oladipo, he scores the regime of the president Muhammadu Buhari low in terms of performance. He also urged Nigerians to consider a president of Igbo extraction as their leader in 2023, saying doing so will assuage the people of the Southeast after years of marginalization. Except I want to say that Nigeria is currently on the precipice. Which way to go? We don't know, but right now, there is so much confusion in the air on where we are and where we are going. We are in a state of confusion because the government will tell us that we are safer than we were in 2015. Yet, I can't go by road from Abuja to Kaduna. I can't go by rail, and I can't go by here in the south. Most of the roads are really bad and have become favorable to Fulani militia squad. For instance, if you want to go from Lagos to Osun State, I will be on the lookout around Shagamu axis. When I pass Ogere and then Ibadan, I will also be on the lookout. Before getting to the southeast, by the time we get to the Benin bypass, it is the same thing before moving to the southeast. So, in terms of security, we are in trouble. So, we should ask if we are better off than the way we were before the coming of this government. On the economic front, where do we start from? There is a measurement like the plastic container used in measuring Gary. I think it was 300 naira then. Today, we are looking at the same measurement at the rate of 2,000 naira. The question now is, how well have I fared since the coming of this government? For those who have cars, fuel which they bought for 70 something naira then is now sold officially for 162 per liter. We are even told that we should expect some increase. In those days, I knew how much it was to travel by air. That is not possible anymore. So, economically, security-wise, we are in trouble as a people. We now ask, what are we looking forward to? Is it more of the same or a change? More of the same means to continue to do things the way we have always done, or to try things that are totally different. As I speak to you now, The schools have been closed because ASUL has been on strike and the Minister of Education does not care. I am aware that President Buhari signed off some recommendations contained in the government agreement with ASU, but the current Minister of Education told us that he can't remember any of the agreement. The prospects for any child in Nigerian-owned tertiary institutions are very gloomy. That we are in trouble is not a problem, but the question is, where do we go from here? From the way you have spoken, it seems you haven't seen any area where you can score this government pass mark. I am not in the business of scoring any government, but the problem is live and let live. I am asking as a citizen if I can move about freely. Can I drive around freely? Can I travel to any part of the country freely? These are rights that have been given to me by the Constitution. If I start looking at issues from the micro level, then that is the different thing. I am looking at the sum total of where we are, so that if I am talking of the economy, I shouldn't say because my friends in government gave me contract and I became a millionaire then. The government is doing well in the economic sector. The answer is no. Even during the Nigerian Civil War, some billionaires were made. So people profited so much. As it is today, we are in the state of undeclared war and we don't know what to do. You talk about not knowing where to go as the people, but elections are scheduled to be held next year. Don't you see it, the election, as an avenue for Nigerians to vote the right person that can solve the numerous problems plaguing the country? I would rather ask Nigerians to do the needful, which is to get their permanent voter card, and if you have not, on election day, make sure you come out and vote according to your conscience. If you want the continuation of what we are having now, go ahead and vote accordingly. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news.